Then maybe we can start. Radha Kripa Kataksha will read today one of his songs, and then he will continue to read Vilapa Kusumanjali.
Radhe Radhe Gurudev, Radhe Radhe dear devotees. So we can start. Today we will read Shri Vilapa Kusumanjali, verse 31. Before that, as Gauranga Sundara said, I wrote some small poem yesterday, and he inspired me to read, so I will read it before Raghunath and Ananta Das Baba commentary. It is a small poem. It's not so long like previous ones, don't worry. So this name of song is Remembrance. Oh, my Swamini, there is a handful of water from the Radha Kund on my palms. I bring it to your gentle, sweet face, intoxicated by the scent of your skin. The water ripples in my hands. Tiny lotus buds sprout from it. They open before your blue eyes then, wanting to bathe you in happiness, my dear, to remind you of the same ones that sprouted from the water of your small lake yesterday, while Mohan was collecting drops from your forehead with his lips. And today it will, and tomorrow it will, and in eternity. But in between those sweet encounters, until your toes at the bottom of the kund touch again, I will offer you those dearest pictures with water from my palms, that your heart trembles at the memory of the previous day, and to increase your joy while you wait for the next meeting. Radhe Radhe. So this is the new poem. Now we can start with this beautiful verse. 31, Vilapa Kusumanjali. I will try to read it slowly so that we can relish each beautiful word. And if somebody of you, Gurudev, or somebody of you want to say something, just stop me as usual, please. So, Padam Boje Mani Maya Tulakoti Yugmena Yatnad Abhyarchetad Dala Kulam Api Preshta Padanguliyai Kanchidamna Katitatam Idam Prema Pitam Sunetre Kamsarater Atulam Achirat Achayishyami Kinte. O Sunetre, fair-eyed girl, will I soon worship your lotus feet by carefully putting jeweled ankle bells on them, and worship the petals of those lotuses, your toes, with your dearest toe rings? Will I soon worship your waist, which is Krishna's matchless love seat, with the golden sash of jingling bells? So now explanations of Anantadas Vada. First, Shri Raghunath has a vision in his Svarupa Vesh, and then he prays for devotional service in his external consciousness. In this way, it varies. The sadhaka does not concoct his own path, and he does not want his independent conceptions. He depends on the words of the Acaryas. His prayers will be very pure when he serves the Goswami syllables by hearing and chanting them. Each of these syllables is filled with the flavor of worship and the great eagerness with which their voices were filled when they offered their prayers. There is a merciful blessings for those who serve these syllables. Srila Rupa Goswami closed off his beautiful prayer named Chatu Pushpanjali with the following benediction. Anyone who recites this Chatu Pushpanjali prayer, dedicating it to the Queen of Vrindavan, Shri Radhika, will certainly become the object of her mercy. Radha Dasya Bhajan cannot be performed in mundane consciousness, and it should not depend on any external condition. The words of the Goswamis are very powerful. They will remove material consciousness and cause the heart to be absorbed in Shri Radha's devotional service.
So Radhe Radhe, Radha Kripa Kataksha. So this part, this paragraph, which Baba explained, is actually introduction, which is very similar with other introductions from Vilapa Kusumanjali. So in the verse, Raghunath very clearly is expressing his deep feeling, deep love, attachment for Srimati Radhika. And also he is expressing his eagerness to serve her. And in this verse we can see he is praying Radharani for 3 services. He is so eager that he is not only pray, "O Radhe, please give me a chance for one service to put ankle bells around your lotus feet." He also immediately is continuing his prayer. "I want also to worship your toes, who are like petals. And I also want to serve you with the sash of bells." So in one verse, we can feel his eagerness, because he is mentioning 3 kinds of seva: ankle bells, toe rings, and sash of jingling bells. So Baba is very nicely saying that by worshipping the syllables of these Rasik prayers of Raghunath, we sadhakas have a chance to feel at least little bit of Raghunath's feeling. This is very important for Sadhaka because Raghunath is Acharya of Manjari Bhav. And in this book, especially in this book, Vilapa Kusumanjali, through his prayers, through his words, he is showing the path to us sadhakas, how to practice Manjari Bhav sadhana according to the feelings of previous acharyas. And Baba is very clearly saying, sadhaka doesn't concoct, imagine, invent his own path, and he doesn't want to be independent of the words of acharyas. So, what does it mean? And how to make this practice in our daily life, in our daily practice, sadhana, for attaining Manjari Bhava. Tuning is the most important. Tuning our hearts. Radhe Radhe Sadhvi. Radhe Rose. Yeah, she grew up. So what does it mean to follow acharyas? What does it mean to worship their words with our ears and hearts? How to do it? To tune our feelings, our heart, with their feelings and heart. Because Sadhaka wants to tune himself with the perfect tune of Rasik Acharya, Rasik devotee. Independent Sadhaka has completely another conception. He wants to stay on his own, and he is waiting that acharyas, Rasik devotees, Guru is tuning himself to sadhaka. We have, and this is wrong expectation. And knowing that this kind of independency is present in conditioned soul, Baba is giving very clear instruction that sadhaka doesn't want to act independently. He doesn't need his own conception and inventions, concoctions. He wants to tune his heart with vibration of the heart of Rasik devotee. And to be successful in this tuning, we need to remove our false ego. The more false ego is present in the consciousness, in the existence of devotee, the less he is able to follow properly the proper tune of those who are already on the position of Manjari Bhav. So we can see here that this tuning through feelings, heart to heart, is the essence of practicing, but also brings devotee to his goal. Yesterday in Croatian, our local Croatian Zoom, in the evening, we were reading Radha Rasa Sudanidhi, verse 58. And it's very interesting how Krishna, who was playing the flute, he made his flute to sound like Radhika's veena. And Baba was giving very nice explanation why like veena, because the veena of Radharani is the source of all melodies, all raginis, all songs, all sounds. And we can say the Radhika's heart, Mahabhava's heart, is the source, is that veena from which all sounds in the form of singing, playing instruments, talking, dancing, feeling are coming from Radharani's heart. And her heart is like a veena. And Krishna, knowing that, he wanted to connect himself with Radharani's heart and love by playing his own flute to sound like Radharani's veena. So it's so nice. And Manjaris are witnessing this. Manjaris are standing beside and they are observing these beautiful amorous pastimes, which is going in the middle of the rasa dance. So through this, we can see how Krishna wants to tune his heart completely with Radharani's heart. He didn't wait that Radharani tune her heart to his heart, that she starts to play veena and to sound like his flute. No, he didn't wait that. He started to play veena to sound like Radharani's, to play a flute to sound like Radharani's veena. So he is giving, through his own example, what does it mean really to follow the Guru of love? Radhikera Prema Guru. He is giving this example of importance to tune our feelings with Guru Manjari, other Manjaris. Ultimately, they will bring us to perfect tune of Radharani's heart. All people in spiritual world, in material world, in the heaven, they are worshipping Krishna like a Jagat Guru, Guru of all universe. He is present in everyone's heart. He is the most powerful. He has extraordinary, unimaginable knowledge. He is creator and so on and so on. He has the qualities of Jagat Guru, Guru of all universe. But we can see here how this Jagat Guru wants to take the shelter of Mahabhava Swarupini Radha Thakurani, by tuning his own heart to sound, to feel completely her love, which is one pointed direct to him. So Krishna, through his own example, is explaining what does it mean to follow Prema Rupaya, Guru who is Prema Rupaya, all other devotees who are on that level of Prema Rupaya, who are embodiment of Radharani's mercy, and we sadhakas, we have a chance, rare chance, to try to tune our hearts and our feelings with Nitya Siddha Manjaris. And only through that practice, goal, ultimate goal, to become Radharani's maidservant can be achieved. Because love is, this is transaction. Love is not teaching, something which can be taught. Love is transactions of emotions from heart to heart. Bhakti works like that. No one can attain bhakti through the books, but only through the heart of someone who has a bhakti. And now, here, we are listening the words of those persons who has a pure bhakti in the mood of manjaris. So their words are not different from their bhava. And their bhava is not different from their fixed relationship with Swamini. Their words are embodiment of their devotional service to Srimati Radhika. This is why it's important, mandatory. There is one English word I learned, mandatory. To follow exclusive devotees who are in the mood of Manjari Bhava if we want to attain our own Sthai Bhava. So all these syllables from one word is like a powerful mantras. Penetrating the heart, melting the heart, change the heart, making the heart able to receive complete kripa. But if we try to practice on our independent way, then result will not come. And this independence, which is strongly present in the conditioned soul, is the sign of false ego. Why I cannot follow? Because I want to be independent. And the more I am independent, the less I can follow. The more I am independent, the less I can receive. This is logic of love. And Krishna also, he rejected his independence. And he said, no, I will dance according to your desire. my Premika Guru, Radhe. Because I don't have a prema. I have to learn it. My prema is very small, very little. Like I cannot imagine how much prema you have. So I have to surrender to you. And I have to remove my position of Bhagavan. Because like a Bhagavan, I'm independent. Who can do something to me like a Bhagavan? Who can change my thoughts? Who can change my will, my desires? No one. So in that way, I am supreme independent person. And because of that, everyone is worshipping me like a Jagat Guru. But I want to remove this quality of Bhagavan independence from my heart, that I can be able to approach Radharani and to learn the love from her. So in that way, even my flute has to sound like Radharani's Veena. Then I will be complete and I will attain perfection. Because the Veena is the source of all music. And what is the music? This is different waves of Radhika's emotion, which are coming constantly from her heart. And the sound of ankle bells is the sound of Mahabhav. The sound of jingling bells from sash is the sound of Mahabhav. And sensitive devotee wants to tune his heart and his ears only on that tune. And he is doing by following those who are already in tune with Radhika. So I just said something because it inspired me. And yesterday on our, again, this Croatia Zoom Sangha, this example how Krishna made the sound of his flute to sound exactly like Radharani's Veena is so sweet. Once months ago, we were reading this verse in Gurudev's room, I remember, and it was so also sweet in his presence to listen these words of Baba.
So, do you want to say something more, Gauranga, or can we continue?
Now, if there's someone else who wants to say, to add, if Gurudev is inspiring. Otherwise, maybe you can read this last word from this sentence from this paragraph.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Mm-hmm.
The words.
The words of the Goswamis are very powerful. They will remove material consciousness and cause the heart to be absorbed in Sri Radha's devotional service.
So, first to remove material consciousness. This is the meaning of the transcendental sound vibration, we say, in the form of mantras, in the form of sound which is coming from the mouth of pure premika devotees, to remove this covering of material consciousness. Because the more material consciousness is present in the heart, external identification, I am this body, will never disappear. And material nature, the nature of material nature is always to make distractions. If we are waiting a day when the peace will come in our life, if we are waiting a day when all distractions will disappear in my life, then this day will never come. And this destruction in material world is actually game of Krishna. In the same way how he's using Maya to distract conditioned soul Jiva Bhuta. I remember Gurudev was saying one morning, he is also trying to disturb manjaris. He is trying to catch them with the hands, to bring them in a lonely place, to try to trick them. Same thing he is doing with conditioned souls through the agent of Maya. So we were asking Gurudev, then what to do? And he said, just do what is necessary, what is your duty, what you have to do. But deep in your consciousness, deep in your heart, try to ignore that Maya. And try to feel all your senses, upper senses, he's saying upper senses, with transcendental subjects, because in that way you will be protected. All the problems are coming because eyes are so attracted with different kinds of illusion. Ears are also very, very attracted with the different kinds of illusion. Tongue, especially tongue. He always tried to relish different tastes of illusion. The hands also wants to touch and to enjoy different kinds of these temporary illusionary words. So Gurudev is saying, use these senses, focus them on Nam, Rupa, Guna, Lila of your beloved Ishtadev. Because if you don't have fixed Ishtadev, it will be very, very difficult to feel upper senses, all these senses which are concentrated on the head. It will be very, very difficult to control them and also to focus them on devotional service. But if you establish strongly who is your Ishtadev, then all your senses just focus on your beloved Swamini. In that way, you will escape from Krishna's tricks and traps. And this is the training also for manjaris, who never dream about close, loving, amorous association with Krishna. They are rejecting him. But if we don't learn how also deeply to not be attracted with material nature, Krishna's most powerful agent actually, then how we will be able, when this guy appears in front of us, how we will be able to reject him? So this is the practical example, and we sadhakas should practice every day and to learn this kind of art of living. This is the reason why I ask you, Radha Kripa Kataksha, to read this last sentence, because Gurudev was giving very nicely. I tried in my funny way, imperfect way, to repeat what he wanted to say and to give instruction to us. Maybe Gurudev wants to add and to elaborate a little bit about this.
Yeah, you can.
I want to listen. Beautifully asked.
This is your explanation, Gurudev. I'm just a parrot. I'm trying to repeat your words. Because your words touch my heart and I'm trying to repeat these words. Maybe those who would not be there be also touched with your words. Yes, Radha Kripa. You can
Yes.
continue.
Okay. So I just, inspired by your words, something appeared in my mind also. So I just wanted to say that even if we want to deal on independent way, actually, if we allow ourselves to become lost in ocean of sweetness of Raghunath's emotions, we cannot. We cannot, because it means that we will go a step away from a Radhika. And for one who was touched with the drops of her love, that can be very painful, actually, because our ego will want it to tell us that we can deal on independent way, but it means that we coming far from Radhika, and then heart become dry, and we want to go back in this ocean and swim in this great eagerness of Raghunath when he cry for pure devotional service, which is our real goal. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for your sharing. If someone else also wants to share something or to confirm or to whatever, because it's an important subject before we start Lilas. If we don't clear this kind of subject, then like Gurudev is saying, what is the use of swimming on the Lilas? This Lila, that Lila, this Lila, that Lila. No, we have to be situated in proper consciousness, in proper feelings, in proper tune. Then proper sadhana will appear in our life, and will be able to receive the kripa, which is present in the feelings of Acaryas. Kripa is present in the feelings, in the heart. It's not present outside, in the market. It's present in the Vraja Raja, dust of Vrindavan, the air of Vrindavan. But we should tune our hearts with this natural Vraj mood. We can live in Vrindavan 10 years, 20 years, but still not catching the mood of Vrindavan. And very often it's happening. And devotees are surprised and amazed. How is it possible? I am living 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, 5 years in Vrindavan, but still I didn't catch the mood of Vrajavasis. Because our heart is not properly tuned with their hearts. And only from their hearts we will receive kripa to see real Vrindavan. Real Vraja dust. Not which my eyes are seeing dust of Vrindavan. No, Vraja Raja. This is different vision. Because from their heart, feelings, pure, transcendental feelings will be infused in my heart. Then my staying in Vrindavan will be beneficial and starts to bring the real fruits of living in Vrindavan. Otherwise, like Gurudev says, sorry to say, nothing will happen. And the years will pass.
Okay, let's to continue. Shri Raghunath floats into the kingdom of Lila on the waves of prayer. Tulasi worships Shri Radhika's lotus feet with ankle bells. The word abhyarche in the text means formal worship, which usually means regular worship of the deity in the temple with incense, flowers, bath, and so on. It is quite unusual to worship with ankle bells, waist bells, and toe rings, but such are the ingredients of worship in the transcendental kingdom of Radha and Krishna's pastimes. Sometimes when Shri Radhika goes out at night to meet Krishna, Abhisar, she wraps her cloth around her ankle bells to stifle them. Why doesn't she take them off altogether? She wants to make them jingle later when she approaches the thirsty Kunja so that Krishna can hear her coming.
Slowly, please. Radhe. Slowly,
Yes.
little slower.
Mm-hmm.
Because the beautiful descriptions has to be relished.
Yeah.
And for translators also, it's very important that they translate every word, because every syllable of that word has to penetrate in the heart of listeners, that they can relish rasa. Thank you.
Krishna will be so eager for her to come that he stares down the road for her at every moment, always imagining that he hears her footsteps when he hears the dry leaves falling from the trees. So these ankle bells are meant to drive him mad. Also during intimate pastimes, they drive him mad. So they are the best possible ingredients for this formal worship. And Tulasi is the priest who performs that worship. The jeweled ankle bells are shimmering on Sri Radhika's beautiful lotus feet. Tulasi says, how will you make the rasa dance glorious without having your jingling ankle bells on? You have to madden your hero, don't you? Swamini shows the thoughts on her mind through her artistic dancing. The ankle bells jingle along with every gesture she makes during the dance. The hero dances with the heroine, and different musical instruments make waves of sound. The bangles, waist bells, and ankle bells all resound on their limbs.
So Radhe, we heard now that all musical instruments makes different waves of sound. The person who is playing instrument is putting his feeling in his playing, in his dancing, in his singing. So in that way, his feelings are becoming the waves which are spreading all around. This is very important for Sankirtan. That those who are singing, who are leaders in the singing, they do it as much as possible with their pure hearts and pure bhava. Because through that, the waves of the sound are actually becoming the waves of their feeling, and they are pervading listeners and those who are accompanying them. It's not that every Sankirtana is Sankirtana because it's loud singing. It can be screaming. Loud singing means deep from the heart. This is the loudest singing. Devotees can sing very, very softly, tenderly, and silently. And even this is the loud singing. Because their emotions, which are directed to their Swamini, is so loud. And if they start to really sing loudly, then our Acaryas very often comparing this sound like a roaring of the lions and so on and so on. So this is Sankirtan, which is changing the heart. It's not changing the heart. Every kirtan we take mridanga, harmonium, karatalas, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. No. If we are doing it from our Saibav, in glorification of our beloved Ishtadev, then it's Sankirtan. And this is beneficial for us, but also for everyone else. Otherwise, this is Namaparad. In best case, Namabas. But Namabas doesn't bring Ras. So we need association of these Kirtaniyas, whose hearts are always immersed in Sankirtana, with full love for their Ishtadev. This is our real association, which we desperately need. Because in that way, we will have opportunity to tune our hearts with their Sankirtana hearts. Then maybe heart will start to melt and become pure. So we can see here dance with heroine and different musical instruments makes wave of sound. Emotional waves are making emotional transcendental sounds. The bangles, vase bells, and ankle bells are resound on their limbs. So everything is ingredient for Sankirtana. Ankle bells are paraphernalia for worshipping, not only incense and ghee lamp. Ankle bells, waist bells, bangles. Because when someone is in love, everything what he is doing is manifestation of his love. When he is walking, his gait is expression of his love. When he is dancing, his dance steps are expressions of his pure love. When he is singing, when he is playing, when he is laughing, when he is joking, everything is expression of his pure love. And this is the playful instruments which we want to listen. And only this sound of this kind of instruments can cure the deafness in my ears, real deafness, and remove desire for material sounds. Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha. Sarva Shastra Hoy. Without Sadhu Sangha, real Rasik devotees, real, not pretenders, real Rasik devotees, not pretenders like me, no, with Rasik devotees, then we will be able to hear the sound of their Sankirtan heart. But we should be in tune only to be in tune with them. You know, when you are a beginner and you come in orchestra, when all professionals are, first thing which is required to tune your instrument. Maybe you even don't know to play, just little. But first thing is, please, if you want to be with us, tune your instruments according to our tune. And even if you don't know how to play, like we professionals, if you just say ting, nothing else, it must be in tune. And this is perfection of your life. Just ting, but in tune. Anyway, Radha.
Okay, let's go on. The more ecstatic the gopis dance, the louder their ankle bells jingle. Shyama plays his flute, and the jingling of Swamini's ankle bells enhances the sweetness of his flute playing. Suddenly, one of these ankle bells falls off, so that Shyama's flute does not sound so sweet anymore. It is as if something is missing. Shyama looks in all four directions and then finds out that one ankle bell is missing on Swamini's feet. Shyama tucks his flute in his belt and hangs the ankle bells back on Swamini's foot with both hands. Now his flute sounds as sweet as before again. Sometimes a kinkari may also put the ankle bell back while she dances and dances. While Tulasi makes Swamini relish this rasa, she puts the jeweled ankle bells on her feet. The practicing devotee should also have some experience while he meditates on his just a moment.
Did you lost the pages?
Yes, I cannot.
Okay, no problem.
Move the page, sorry.
129. Old version.
Just a second. Just 1 second. Under 24, isn't so?
I have 129, old version of book.
Okay. This last sentence is a finish with devotional service, is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
yes.
sorry.
Yes.
Sorry to everybody, because I'm reading from the text in my comp, and this line is moved around. So let's to continue. The flavor of Raja is transcendental, and as long as there is even a whiff of material consciousness in the heart, these realizations cannot be had. The practicing devotee should nicely follow the process of hearing and chanting with great attachment and without committing offenses. And the more purified he gets, the more his heart will become like a crystal that will reflect, perceive the rasa of Raja. Although we may be practicing bhajan for a long time, feelings of love or rati may not arise due to bad luck or because we contaminate our hearts by committing sins and offenses. Bhajan is the means and the goal. We do bhajan to attain only more bhajan. Srila Narottama Das Thakur sings, Pakile se prema bhakti, apake sadhana riti, pakati lakshana tattva sara, from Prema Bhakti Chandrika. When bhajan is ripe, it is called prema bhakti. And when it is unripe, it is called sadhana. This is the essential definition of devotion. How wonderfully Srila Raghunath Das Goswami was fixed in his bhajan. He was always floating in an ocean of uninterrupted meditation on the Rasika pastimes of the Yugala Kishore. Raghunatera Niyama Yeno Pashanera Rekha from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Raghunath's discipline was like the line carved in stone. While she makes Swamini dive in the ocean of Shyamarasa, Tulasi puts the jeweled anchor bells on, calling her Sunetre, beautiful-eyed girl, seeing the wonderful blooming beauty of her eyes.
Other Kripakataksha made his pages in the proper order.
Yes.
We can say here actually that in each moment when Tulasi puts some of ornament on Radharani's body, Radhika's eyes are blooming more and more and more. And they're blooming in ecstasy of remembering loving pastimes with moha. So we all know that Radhika's eyes are like a kamala, lotus petals. They can be long, they are wide, Nayana, they are very wide open, with bluish pupils inside. But these eyes can unlimitedly grow and becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. Because in all Radharani's form, there is no any restrictions. There is no any limitation. She is the last limit of unlimited love. And when this love appears in Krishna, because he doesn't have this kind of love, when this last limit of unlimited love appears in the Krishna, he becomes Chaitanya. So the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is embodiment of unlimited Radharani's feelings. And also, he is constantly diving in the ocean of Sambhoga and Vipralamba. These waves are unlimited waves. When feelings of Vipralamba, Viraha appears in the heart of Radharani or in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then immediately all the waves and desires to meet lover increase even more and more, increase for this sambhog. And after each viraha, this meeting, this sambhog, milan, is even more intense and more intense. And after this unlimitedly intense meeting, suddenly appears unlimitedly intense feeling of separation. So this is the reason why it said Radhika is the last limit of devotion, last limit of love. And no one, even her girlfriends, they don't have such kind of unlimitless love, which is so strong, like a current. And the two banks, and this river is flowing between two banks, we can say Viraha and Sambhoga. These two banks are not separate from this river. Sometimes river flood these banks. Simply flood. Because of these unlimited waves of viraha. And sometimes the river of Radharani's love, strong current of love, flood the sambhog. And Krishna cannot do anything. He is helpless. He only can faint. So this is Radharani. And maid servants, like no one else, even the gopis, exactly knows what's going on in the heart of Mahabhava Swarupini Radha Thakurani. Because they are perfectly tuned with her heart. And all emotions are reflecting in the hearts of Manjaris. So just by listening this, just by thinking about this, just by talking about this, just by praying to this, some small waves appear in the mind and heart of Sadhaka. So we should have some, at least little experience of this relishing. Did you find your page?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Now it's okay. May I just read once again this last sentence? While she makes Swamini dive in an ocean of Shyama Rasa, Tulasi puts the jeweled ankle bells on, calling her Sunetre, beautiful-eyed girl, seeing the wonderful blooming beauty of her eyes. The eye that sees Krishna is Sunayana, a good eye. But the gopis will never call that eye that does not see Krishna a beautiful eye. Rather, they will curse such an eye. Krishna moon-like face is the abode of his nectarian flute song and the birthplace of natural nectarian beauty. What is the use of the eye that does not see him? Let the thunderbolt fall on it. The gopis cannot imagine that there can be any other use of the eye that seeing Krishna. Therefore, they say in Srimad Bhagavata, Akshanvatam palamidam naparam vidamah. We do not know of any other or greater fruit for the eyes. Tulasi serves Swamini by crystallizing Shyama before her with her Rasika descriptions. Then Tulasi puts sweetly jingling toe rings on Srimati's lovely toes, calling them Preshta, dearly beloved, and thinking, aha, how fortunate are these toe rings. What if I could always stay on Swamini's sweet lotus feet like that? Who would not feel fulfilled by always staying on these lotus feet? Srila Narottama Das Thakur sings, Yabo Govra Jendra Pura Hobo Gopikarani Pura Tadera Charane Madura Madura Bachibogo. Oh, I will go to the abode of the king of Raja, Vrindavan, and become the ankle bell of Gopi, jingling ever so sweet on her lotus foot. These toe rings are also the greatest paraphernalia of worship, because they can illuminate the sweet beauty of Swamini's lotus feet. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti writes in Krishna Bhavanamrita, sweetness itself rolled at Sri Radhika's feet to make itself successful in different ways, appearing as her foot ornaments and engaging other fortunate souls in prizing her glories by making sounds like Rana Rana. Mahakrita Mahatamadanena Kimnicha Grihe Jagre Manitorana. Just as wealthy people almost always have a festivity at their homes, the very wealthy Cupid also made a jeweled gate in the form of the bells that hang from Sri Radhika's buttocks in front of his own house to perform his endless festival. Prema Pujarini, the priest of love, Tulasi, hangs a belt with bells on Swamini's hips and says, I want to see Shyama going mad from the jingling of your jeweled sash of bells when you turn and swing during the rasa dance with your matchless buttocks. All his heart's attachments are in your hips. It is the incomparable seat of his love. Idam atulam katitaram kam sarate prema pitam. Swamini's beautiful eyes are startled when she hears Tulasi speaking about Kamsari. She anxiously looks at Tulasi's face with some fear in her eyes. Tulasi says, there is no need to be afraid. This powerful hero who is able to kill Kamsa is now completely captured by the beauty of your buttocks. There is no comparison to them and to him. Hearing the word Kamsari, Sri Radhika thinks, has he come? Listen, O fair-eyed Radhe, I will hang golden ankle bells on your beautiful crimson lotus feet. As soon as they move, they will inundate Shyama's mind with their ever so sweet jingling. I will put ornaments, rings on your toes that are like the petals of your lotus feet, and I will beautify your thin waist. That is the seat of Sri Krishna's love, with the sash of bells. Radhe, Radhe. This is the end of commentary. Beautiful.
Thank you, Radha.
Oh, maybe Gurudev want to say something on the end, whatever.
It will be very nice.
Please, some words.
Or someone else. I don't know who is here, or I cannot hear everyone.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe, Radhe, Mami Priya.
Thank you for reading. This is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Last year, Sharat Purnima night, the Shama Priya and Rasalila decorates like Radha Mohan and Manjaris. And she explained me because one Manjari is holding Ankle Bell, exactly this about this Leela, and Shama explained me, and she's trying to put the Radhika's ankle bell because one ankle bell was fallen down. So this is exactly that disperse. It was so beautiful, and then today is also beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Radha. Someone else want to say some impression, even one sentence or whatever?
Bhavangalatika, you want to share something from your heart?
Radhe Radhe, my dear Varanga, Radha Kripa Kataksha, and everyone.
Radhe Radhe Lavanka.
What to say? I only flow in this beautiful verse, in beautiful explanation. I only want to say thank you, and what more? For me is this lila very, very, very important in Smarana because it's so many details in this lila. Thank you for put us in this nice Smarana. Thank you so much.
Radhe Radhe, thank you. For me personally, it was a revelation actually when I read it first time, this explanation of Ananta Das Baba in Vilapa. The way how Manjaris worship Radhika with these ingredients, like he explained here, with ankle bells, with these ornaments, actually. Because before, as I remember, as we worship on the distance with the different ingredients, as Ananta Das Baba explained in the beginning of the commentary, that we can worship in our altar our Ishtadev with incense and flames and everything. But when Manjaris serve the Radhika, they serve her in very intimate and very concrete way, actually. Because this formal worship can put us in the distance of Radhika, but when we actually, at least in our mind, prepare ourselves for concrete service in our Swarupa, serve her in very concrete way, this is really our position. And this is what, by my understanding, Ananta Das Baba want to express, actually, to explain us our eternal position. And this is a beautiful exercise, actually, that we can, this sadhaka's body can exercise every day through our swarup, in our meditation, worship Radhika very closely, very concrete way to come closer and develop in our heart this attitude of lovely serving and develop in our heart this intimacy, what is necessary for our service, actually. This is, it's not something what we can push from ourselves. This coming naturally, spontaneously, as we surrender our heart every day in our exercising worship, how to say. But it's not just exercise when we serve mentally, actually, this Radha and Krishna accepting our service also. And just continue every day, and fruit of this we will see day by day in our feelings, actually. So that this is what I wanted to say.
You want to share some? Now I see you. You want to say something? Can I? Please share. Help your poor brothers, sisters.
Thank you, Goha. I'm listening and I feel very fortunate to listen to these beautiful words and this wonderful reading, and thankful that so many devotees are coming together to share. It's helping me a lot. Nothing to add from my side that could increase this beauty. And yeah, waiting for mercy. Radha, Radha.
Thank you, Radha, Radha.
Your words, your last words, before ending, a new beginning. What to do? Okay, thank you very much, devotees, for your patience, for your tolerance, participation. Radhe Radhe Gurudev. Hoping you are well.